most, molasses rums are they're perceived as sweeter. Ours is you have to think more brandies and cognacs for ours versus, a sweet rum. But there are definitely more floral notes to it.
It's the perfect base for most cocktails, and the country's very own Copalli rum, produced in southern Belize, has a unique taste that is quickly becoming the go-to spirit for Belizeans and tourists alike. It is one of the many products under the Copalli brand.
It then grew from Machaca Hill Lodge, a fly fishing lodge here in southern Belize, to Copalli Lodge and Copalli Farms and Copalli Distillery, a more ecotourism destination, ecotourist destination, and a farm-to-table experience. Copalli, you could tap into it and you get a sap. That sap is then dried and it's burned as an incense, and it's very popular in the Mayan community. It dates back all the way to the ancient Mayas. We did a little wordplay, so that influenced the name for the property, but it also influenced the name for Copalli rum, right? Copalli rum is a spirit, and Copalli rum is a spirit of the rainforest.
3 distinctive rums are currently produced and sold in almost all stores locally. On the international scene, Copalli rums are found at bars and stores across the United States, as well as in 15 countries in the United Kingdom. In fact, the Copalli Organic White Rum and the Copalli Barrel Rested Organic Rum have recently won 2 prestigious awards at the 2023 International Wines and Spirits Competition in the US.
It is a great feeling, and it is a representation of Belize, and even more so southern Belize here in Toledo, to know that we can make such a prestigious product that is represented globally.
It took us a little bit to decide on what the varietals would be, because every cane varietals are like grape varietals. They can be very different in flavor. So we did some trials on that. And then eventually we just settled on, the balance between different distillation styles that we thought would make the product the way it is.
The birth of Copalli Distillery began 8 years ago, and President and Master Distiller Ed Teague was there from the beginning. He began as a consultant, having ran his own successful distillery in Westchester County, New York for 10 years. The vision to date is creating a rum that is sustainably produced. The complexity of its taste profiles is in its production, where cane juice and not molasses is at its core. That process begins in the fields, where red sugar cane varietals are organically produced and sustainably harvested.
All certified organic. We don't add any additional sugar, no coloring, none of that to them. So our white rum, our barrel rested, and our cacao, they're all made from a local cane variety. You got to try some today, the red cane varietal, which is very native to southern Belize here.
For us, rum making is an agricultural process. So when the harvest is ready, we have to be ready to make rum, because after that period is limited. So basically like the middle of February to the end of June, before the rains come back, that's the dry season for us here. We have to get that all done during that period. So we'll start harvesting. We'll harvest about 50 tons a day, 5 days a week. We'll press the juice. We'll ferment the juice. That takes about 4 days for fermentation. And then it'll be ready for distillation. And we distill it one of 2 ways. One is through our very tall column stills, which produces a light rum. And then through our pot stills, which produces a much more flavorful, heavier rum. And depending on the product that we want to make, will depend on the balance between those 2 things. So like our white rum is 75% column and 25% pot still. We want something that has a lot of flavor of the cane juice, but a little bit more approachable. Our rested rum is all pot still. So all that gets put into a barrel and it's rested for about a year or so before it's taken out and put in bottles. And then our cacao rum, which is different from that too, is that's basically takes the light rum, We infuse it with the cacao nibs that we grow on the property, because we also grow cacao for chocolate making. We infuse the nibs, and then we'll put that back into one of the smaller stills, and we'll redistill that, and that captures all the flavor for that.
Purple, purple.
The cacao pods are also harvested and processed organically. The beans then go through a natural process of being dried on the compound before it is used in the distillation process. The distillery, lodge and farm sit on 16,000 acres of land, 98% of which is protected by law. This has a direct impact on the water quality of the largest watershed in southern Belize, the Rio Grande River. Global brand ambassador is Waluka Mahia.
It's truly a product and a spirit that is blazing the trail for sustainable products, right? A lot of things considered waste in the process is not seen as waste by us. For example, like our distillery, especially during the production season, is powered by bagasse, which is a byproduct from pressing the sugar cane. All that dehydrated cane fibers, that becomes a biofuel for the distillery, all right? A lot of sugarcane plantations and harvesting, they usually burn the fields before harvesting that sugar cane, all right? For us, we do not burn the fields, right, as it has a lot of negative effects to the environment.
The international acknowledgement of the products validates the work of everyone across the production chain, making the Copalli distillery successful in its mission.
You know, it's one thing to feel that you're making a great product. And that people will buy that, and then it's also rewarding when other people recognize that you're basically telling you're doing a pretty damn good job, right? And so that's a tribute to everybody that works on the farm, because you know that's what we work with as an ingredient. Everybody who works at the distillery, their attention to detail and trying to make the best product that we can make. We're working on some different infusion things. We're also going to release a aged rum, a properly aged rum. It's 5-year this year, so that should be out probably, you know, November, December, we should have something out like that. And then we're also going to see what the world thinks of a white rum that's all pot still.
Dwayne Moody for News 5.